Man works hard at this machine, old type of for making, preparing the water for tea, and the wife stays aside holding a child. Nothing specific. The hero looks like a teacher or someone from the city. What he threw in the fire looked like a book. He just got married recently, not long ago. And with the start of the family life, burning something else. Dreams, freedom, previous life. What is it? A woman not argue, she just watching, without conflict, without scandal. Not a happy atmosphere, look like diagnosis. What you think this picture is about, love or some kind of life routine which changing a human and his life? Well, let's look from the beginning, watch it from the beginning. That sad melody, let's make it louder. We just miss such a music in our life, right? So, this looks like he came from the city, as a text of this picture try to explain and they started a family not long ago, and here's the first child which his wife holding right at this moment. He is focusing his all attention on making a samovar. This is a big machine which boils in the water for the tea. Yeah, he just missing that black long boot from the above to make it faster, to just pump it up and down, up and down. That's how I saw Putin was doing in front of Obama in just a decade ago when Obama was visiting Putin. Obama's nerves were very relaxing. He did not care neither about boot, neither what Putin was doing that. Well, but that was a century ago. Perhaps they don't have a good leather boots, and not necessary to make a water boiling, really to using a boot. He's focusing, for how long he will be focusing on his samovar to make a boiling water. Actually, if to make a boiling water right now is such a necessity, he can use any other metallic dish, make a fast fire to make a water boiling, and then the other minute when he will be free out of the homeworks, or just take that free minute to take a look what's with this samovar and perhaps fix it. That's a part of the life routine. Something to get fixed, something to clean, right, and find a time for the leisure time. It's look like everything is so in the dark. Colors means like all sad. The music is so sad. Music gives the tones actually. You cannot put a march of enthusiasts here. You know, it would not work. They just like encharmed in this atmosphere. They actually supporting because how far could be a neighbor or something which could bring him a couple small chicks, and how much they could cost. Bring a chicks and start a poultry yard. They really multiplying fast, and soon will be eggs to pick up at the yard. And then, if there is something for exchange on his chicks, he could offer his work for the neighbor, like a gratitude for giving him something like a chicks to survive in this atmosphere, to start a life outside the city. And perhaps he could move his furniture, help to the neighbors when he is in need, or watch his kids when he is will be away of the home. So it's always can be something in exchange when people try to find a friendship when they live close. Perhaps, if not very close, but somewhere in a mile or two, he could go walk and find a couple chicks to start the poultry yard. Water from the rain is the best water. They could pick up the water from the rain and start picking up more and more to wash the floor, to feed themselves and even the chicks on the poultry yard. We need a little music to change, to march of enthusiasts perhaps. What kind of people spirit lives in those people that they creating perhaps and supporting? Not alive. The house is there, kid is there, which is a part of the family. It's great. They already having a kid. Where is those life splashes of excitements, of joy? They have to show each other that they love each other. No, some people, you think, why they came into this life to hate everything. There is so much changes they can make even in this atmosphere because there is so much freedom around them. There is nobody who taking their freedom away. Here is their freedom. House. For men is a wife, for woman is a husband. Their mutual kid start growing up and everything looks really good. For my eyes, there could be lots of things done with the joy to move it up, to bring more happiness, more excitements. Perhaps they did not marry each other with the love, from the love. That is a sad. But you know, where are you going to find so much love? Like in that cartoon Ice Age, second or third, I remember that sloths, those are animals in a cartoon. He came and two sloth ladies having a steam bath at the natural spring sauna. And he was talking nice, and when he left, she said, nothing to look at, but there are no much men around. It's true. Look like, you know, wars are taking a man, bad behavior are taking a man away. Women are more resilient to the life rough expectancy, right? Because they always love the kids or care about the kids. So the women kind of their survival, because they want to survive, because they feel responsibility. You know, men sometimes, you know, they lose in some sense, you know. Somebody has to ignite that sense. Somebody has to give them a food, mental food, to develop it to some kind of point which they both would start to smile to each other. I see that even. They should start to smile to each other, then the music would totally change. So the music of March of Enthusiasts, which we saw in the last days on YouTube, really not such a bad music. Just if you don't even agree with the words or never heard those words, you can create your own words. You know, like angels are coming to town. Angels are coming to town to see if you are that man who deserve them to meet. And I hope he will have some ignition from inside, which move him from that sad move, which slow down the whole life speed. Even look like everything is like a frozen in this picture. Because when people happy, they even move fast and they want to do this, and they already keep in the mind to do that, so tomorrow will be something else, and so the house will start looking brighter, sunnier, and even rain outside, the happy smile would do just absolute different atmosphere for expressing this picture for the viewers. We need a change. Picture which had some changing, which is a continued work of perhaps other artists, but what could be happened next if something decide to appear in his life and move the things and the moods around? Because people sometimes are frozen so much under the black spell of some kind of evil magic that they by themselves cannot. You have to just put a spell on them and say, hey, why you came here? You're alive? You're here walking on this planet? Then do something better than what you do. Don't lose the time. The best things where you are right now, that you are free. You have a full, total freedom. Nobody deprive you. And yes, you can find something for your living better. It could be a house fixed, in the house things which are on the need, he could fix it. The wife and the child would be more smiley. She could start making a better food if he found a couple chicks and omelets, because the eggs start to come in the house. Then they will exchange it for one duck chick, then perhaps a turkey, and here the whole life start to blooming all in all different colors. Everything works for human, for a smart human, for the clever human, for a workaholic. Don't need too much work to make yourself happy. It just, you want to make a change and you're gonna do it, even in a short time, because there gotta be some excitement for doing this. Find this excitement. Make a plan. Do it. Don't stay so solid like a rock. You're a human. You're not a stone. You are moving. Your brain and mind is working well. So do it well for yourself and for your family. Find it. Find it. Because all of this exists, surely exists.